Okay, and the next thing I wanted to discuss, and I hesitate to call it a near-death experience, but that. So basically, a few years ago, my health wasn't so good, and I think it was a result of like years of depression and years of anxiety and years of drinking, all added up together. Just bad life decisions that basically escalated, and I ended up like bedridden, to the point where like I didn't leave home for a month. And it felt like my lungs were crushed. My comforter was too heavy for me at that time. And I remember slipping into sleep and like waking up in my room, but it wasn't quite my room. There was less color in the world, it seemed. And like I saw 3 figures. I don't know what they are, but I don't know if they're reapers, but I remember thinking at that time, I knew at that moment that like I was about to leave, and I hadn't left my body yet. And all of a sudden, like all of these thoughts came racing in. Like I had a sudden recognition of the situation I was in and the place that I was probably gonna go, right? And I remember thinking to myself, like I remember thinking about all of my friends, all of my family. I thought, okay, I should have been better to them, I should have been kinder. And I remember basically screaming, it's not my time. I have a lot to do. And then suddenly I woke up, and I haven't forgotten that experience at all. I think about it often, and obviously, like when you go through something like that, it changes your perspective, like almost 360. Like when I was younger, in my early 20s, I thought, I want to be successful. I want money. I want to be famous. And I think a lot of people think that way. But after that experience, those things don't matter at all. Because those things are just material. It's putting so much weight on what other people think of you, right? Whereas now, like, I'm just focused on optimizing my gifts and my talents, like opening this business so that, I can impact more lives, as many lives as possible, so that, when my time comes up again, I don't have to think about going to that place. So yeah, huge lesson learned there. I also think that it wasn't a coincidence that I woke up. I think I was given a second chance. And, not only am I, working on this brand to establish a community, but, to have this space so people who are going through things I went through don't have to end up where, I almost ended up.